Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Get ready now.
There we go. Back. This is great.
And
Love it.
I love it. Actually, you know what? I think it was just Elvis's birthday or something like that, because they were just talking about that on the Today Show, like
Oh, were they?
the anniversary of Graceland or something like that, or Elvis's birthday or
Obviously,
something like that.
not
Anyway,
paying attention to that.
blue suede shoes. Have you gotten any of those, Sean? Any blue suede shoes?
I think we may have, but I don't know if they would qualify as suede. I'm not an expert on suede, but
On
I think
materials.
they're kind of fuzzy. So.
They were
Okay.
the faux suede.
Yep.
So I have a question. I have two sons, and I'm always talking to them about how lucky they are to have the food that we have on our table.
Yeah.
And because sometimes they don't want to eat what I make, and then I talk about that, and they do eat it.
Yeah.
But I would love for them to be able to get involved with that with me. Is that an opportunity for kids to help out as well? I think it's so impactful for kids to be able to help. When I was little, my grandma would take me and my Aunt Katie singing at different homes, like
nursing homes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, I think it was the Dorothy Day Center, the Salvation
Like
Army.
doing Christmas
so we
carols
would
and stuff?
sing, we would sing Christmas
Awesome.
carols.
Yeah.
She would play the piano, and we would sing. We weren't great, but whatever. People loved it.
Oh yeah.
That was so impactful for me to be able to pay it forward as an adult, and I want to provide that. And this just seems like a golden opportunity for anybody, but especially for kids to get involved too.
Yeah, and you're right, and we have lots of opportunities for children, and for the whole family, really. And we have individual opportunities, but a group, but we want to keep families together. And so we have food programs where they can help out at our food shelf. They can, help restock the shelves. They can sort the produce. They can serve as a personal shopper for a guest who maybe needs a little assistance physically. There's carrying groceries up the stairs sometimes because we don't always have an elevator. And so there's a lot of ways they can help in the food program. Holiday programs where tons of opportunities there during the holiday season. The shoe program. They can come and sort shoes. They can host a shoe drive or a shoe collection. They can go actually on the bus and help us with a shoe sale.
Oh, cool.
So there's a number of different ways. And we even have a drop-in center in South Minneapolis and does some shoe sales and some coffee and conversation for those that are homeless and on the streets.
Oh, wow.
Well, and the shoe drive,
that's nice.
Yeah, and they're great about picking up. That's what we did in our North Twin Cities metro area. We had a shoe drive amongst our branches, and as I mentioned earlier, it was really fun because everybody in the bank locations, not just the mortgage team, but the bankers, the tellers, and everybody, and they were really on board. And Seth came to our team. We all hauled in our bags of shoes, and Seth brought out the truck, and we loaded. And it was so very easy. It was just great. And my team members were like, "When is this truck coming?" Because they all had these bags of shoes under their desks and crowded around. But then it was fun because customers were asking about it, and we really just kind of kept it as an internal thing. But
Well, what a simple, easy way to help that community.
well, and I think too with
All
people,
communities.
like you said, obviously you want gently used shoes, but really, that's where I said I noticed it with my nephews. They're, kids nowadays are growing so fast, and these, tennis shoes. But you even talk about, like I said, women's shoes. These young women or ladies going in for interviews, or guys, dress shoes as well. They're going in for job interviews or special events, and they need a nice pair of dress shoes.
They do, and I think it's a misnomer. Just because people are poor doesn't mean they don't want style. They have
Exactly.
taste. They want dignity. And
Right.
this whole thing really hit me hard when I was in January. A mom and her daughter came to our church and needed shoes, needed boots, and all they had was flip-flops. This was in January. And I'm going, I never realized how needy people were, that they couldn't afford a pair of shoes.
Right.
Or the homeless, socks. And so we do some foot care with a program called Soul Care for Soul, and they do medical treatments for the homeless and on their feet. And so we partner with a lot of groups, but this just shoes. I was actually thinking, well, the shoes will provide revenue for our hunger relief programs that are feeding 4,000 people a month, and it does do that. Every pair of shoes that we can monetize is a week's worth of groceries for someone in need. What I didn't know is how deeply needy how much need there was for actual shoes on the feet of people that they could afford. People just can't afford them. The economy's hit us hard, and so we're kind of getting a 2-for-1 and really a 3-for-1 because people can engage with us as volunteers, and they can make a difference. They can feel like they're doing something meaningful and significant, and they really are. And every time they clean out their closet, they know there's somebody's feet are being helped and somebody's stomach is being filled.
So yeah, that, and I
exciting.
see that a lot on Facebook and different things. People always looking for different volunteer opportunities, especially over the holidays. And it seems like, sometimes too, people tend to know about the popular organizations, the Salvation Army, the Bell Ringers, the Red Cross, Cancer Society. But something like this, like I said, Dawn, it's great with your young boys. And I said, my nephews, when they see it and understand it, because again, they live in that world. My sister and brother-in-law have worked hard. They went to college, they're privileged, and they work really hard, and they're very generous people. And that's their kids. That's just the kind of people they're around. It's not their fault. They just don't know that,
Right.
And so that's why I think it's so great. Yeah. So goodinthehood.org, and there's links on there where they can find out about volunteering.
Yeah.
And again, if you're a corporation or you're a manager and you're looking to engage, great team building opportunity.
Sure
Again,
is.
my team, I have to give a shout out to them. I just have a very kind of philanthropic and with not only their money but with their time as well. And we just have a great time getting to know each other.
Well, Wells Fargo has done a lot for shoe drives. They've given us financial donations, so they've been behind us in so many different ways.
Well, that's
This
really
whole shoe
great.
program, Schuler Shoes, has been one of our big sponsors, and you can drop off donated shoes at any one of their 9 stores. And so
So
they've
yeah,
been
we
a
see.
real
Yeah,
big
so
sponsor.
Schuler Shoes, and do they have a link on your website as well,
Yeah,
Sean?
they
So
sure do.
if you're wondering where Schuler Shoes is or how to find a link, just go to goodinthehood.org, and you can find the link for there as well to make those donations.
Yeah.
And with the holidays coming up, you've got another drive that you do for the holidays.
We do. I'll just make it quick, but Union Gospel Mission Twin Cities it's a partner of ours, and they do Thanksgiving baskets, and they've asked Good in the Hood to distribute over 5,000 baskets in Hennepin County. They've done this every year for the last several years. So we actually create 12 satellite sites, and we help bring Thanksgiving baskets to those in need. And we do this distribution. We sign them up, register people through our food programs that are throughout the Hennepin County area. And then from out of those folks that are part of that Thanksgiving drive, we have a thing called the Adopt a Family for the December holidays. And last year, in partnership with several organizations, Living Word Christian Center was our big one. They donated 10,000 toys for this. And we sponsored over 900 families with children. And every family comes in and shops, and they get 2 gifts for each of their kids. They get a bag of groceries, then they get a family photo. And so it's a great opportunity for us to make a connection with them. And we do this from 5 sites. So we've got the holiday help programs, we call them, where we do Thanksgiving baskets. We actually do a meal on Thanksgiving called Sharing the Feast in Bloomington. We provide the food for that. And then we do Adopt a Family in December. And it's a great way for people to get involved. They can donate toys for those in need. They can volunteer. They can donate groceries, or they can donate dollars to make a difference and help over 5,000 people or 5,000 families in need. It's a great opportunity.
That's awesome. So yeah, it's Good in the Hood, and then I think about that like with Thanksgiving, because we think Christmas is coming up, but excuse me, with the with Thanksgiving holiday, that's always a big one too for
is.
food and so forth. So yeah, I just have all these ideas now. I'm just thinking,
know,
oh my
me
gosh,
too.
Our campus. So, if you're a Wells Fargo employee, you better listen up, because I'm going to engage even the people that work in our fulfillment site, the one off of 35E. There, we got our home mortgage campus, and I'm thinking, just a challenge, or maybe I should just challenge my other mortgage professionals out there, to gather your team and so forth. So if you're looking for a great activity for your family to volunteer, or Barry, you mentioned, Barry the camera guy, mentioned that he has some shoes to donate as well. You can go to Good in the Hood. Schuler Shoes will accept them, or again, monetary donations.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So awesome to have you here
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you so
Pastor
much.
Sean.
What a great
Thank you.
show.
Very inspiring,
Yes.
and it
I
has me
got a little
excited.
teary-eyed about the
I know. Well, and I was
mother
gonna say,
and the daughter with
and all the slogans you got. The
Yeah.
what was it? The cupboard. The
Running a nonprofit on a shoestring budget, change the soul with the soul,
Right.
Yeah.
you got
Feeding
them all.
hunger one soul at a time. I love it.
What was the cupboards thing? College cupboards or
Campus cupboard.
campus cupboards? Man,
Yeah.
you got it all. All right. Well, good stuff, Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Goodinthehood.org. Pastor Sean. I'm Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
And
Thanks
of course,
for listening
Thanks
today.
for listening. Great Sunday afternoon. And in honor of Jason, we want to say, love yourself and love others. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Our house in the middle of our house, it has a crown.